Hiya guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Sean Hills and this is A Soul's Experience, a channel dedicated to helping the human race remember who we really are. Now I remote viewed the pyramids the other day, and we'll get to that in a second, but I've just found this fort called Crown Hill Fort, and I'm trying to find a way down there because I feel like filming a video in a fort. It's so cool. I didn't even know this was here. Right, let's see if we can get down there. I know it's windy up here, guys. I'm right out in the right out here trying to find a way down to this huge fort that seems to be over here. I could just jump through the fence, but I'm not actually sure if I'm allowed in there, to be honest, and I don't want to get in any trouble. But let's see if we can find... Oh no, I found a way. Hang on. Hey, here we go, guys. Oh, wow, here we go. Whoa. Look, there's the fort. I think you can see it sticking up here. Right. Can we get over that way? I've just seen a cannon sticking out. Just seen a cannon up there. I thought somebody was staring at me through the little gap. Up there it looks like someone's staring at me. But look, it's a cannon. Look at that. A cannon just sticking out with the flowers in front. How symbolic of love and war next to each other, eh? Got the bluebells blossoming in front of a weaponry of war that was possibly once used. This beautiful fort, you know? Yeah, I thought there was a person staring at me. Let's see if we can... Wow, we've got these beautiful bluebells blossoming here. Stunning, we live in such a stunning part of the world. Well, wow, look at that bit. Look at all of this. I've spotted some stairs in the distance. Wonder if we can see them from here. You have to have an eagle eye. But I spotted some stairs right there, so I'm hoping that leads us down to where we can make this video about the pyramids, which will be absolutely awesome. So while I'm getting there, I feel like I should tell you what's been going on just while I'm getting there. So we all heard about the pyramids the other day, and they had these people have discovered through laser technology that that there's these massive columns, and I know that I can remote view and stuff. I've remote viewed in the past, and to be honest, rather than I used to remote view my brother and see what he was up to, apart from things like that. You know, I remote viewed my brother once, and I just saw his partner watching TV with her little son, and I could see the TV in the reflection of her glasses. It was really awesome, like remote viewing, awesome, and it works. It does work. You can do it if you practice. But I thought, hey, these pyramids. Whoa! Here we are. We've made it. There's no banister on these stairs. Yeah, there's no safety rail there. If you go off there, it's a big old drop. In fact, I don't even think we can get down here. This is so cool. Yeah, look, that's as low as we can get, and then it's just a stinging nettles, a sea of stinging nettles. Whoa. Oh my. Found some sort of dungeon looking place. This is the fort. We're in a fort. Look, there's the roof down there. You just got to be really careful you don't fall down there. You don't want to fall down there, guys. You don't want to fall down there. We've just walked from these stairs, look. No banister at all. That drop. You know, absolutely huge drop. Now we're up high. What? Blimey, I just got my foot caught on this. Look at this little thing. Bloody hell. Just got me bloody boot caught on that. Oh my god, my heart went then. Right, I'm getting down here this bit. Let's get down on this bit. So I remote viewed the pyramids because everyone was speaking about these columns and I wanted to see if they were there for starters. And I wanted to see if I could see any other information about what was going on, because all I kept hearing was about these columns. And so I went into meditation. I went into the state I need to be in to remote view. And it wasn't long. It was quite easy to remote view the pyramids. I was seeing it from an angle probably, I'm going to say about 100 foot above the pyramid, but off 200 foot to the distance through the sand. So I could see the pyramid would have been about that size in front of me, and then I could see through the sand, I could see underneath it, I could see the columns. They are there, they are real, they do exist. But funnily enough, the voice of the spirit, my higher self, which talks to me whenever I'm having visions or I'm remote viewing, it comes with an audio explaining what I'm seeing. And the voice said, look here. And it was actually pointing to this massive plate that the pyramid is sat on, which I've not heard anyone talk about yet. And I was supposed to be concentrating on the columns. And so in my mind, I'm saying, but what about the columns? I'm trying to find out about the columns. And they said, don't worry about the columns. They said there's something that people are missing. And it showed me this huge piece of rock or stone. And it was a huge square piece, as big as the bottom of the pyramid. And it was sat on there, like in between the columns and the pyramid was this giant slab. And it said to me, black rock. And I was thinking, black rock, and it was obvious. It was trying to explain to me that this material that this stone was made out of, this black stone, was really, really important. It was like, without this giant slab of black stone that the pyramid was sat on, none of this pyramid, this energy portal, none of it would work. It needed this black stone, and that's what I was being shown when I was remote viewing the pyramids. This giant slab, as big, if you imagine that's the pyramid and it goes up like that, the whole bottom, it was sat on this huge piece of black stone, but it was said to me black rock, and it kept saying black rock, and I was like, black rock? I was like, what black rock? And then I kept thinking, what precious black rocks are there, you know? But the way it was being said to me is like, nah, this isn't any ordinary black rock. This isn't just some onyx or some granite or something you're going to find on earth. This slab that the pyramid was sat on was super special. It was black stone, and it kept just saying to me, don't worry about the pyramid, don't worry about the columns, you know, that's not important without this layer of black stone. And it just kept saying to me black rock, and it was highlighting this huge slab that the pyramid was sat on. So if any other remote viewers out there want to dive into that remote view and see if you can find out any more about this black rock, because my guides, whoever guides me in my meditation, I like to think of it as the divine itself, guides me in meditation. And when I'm remote viewing, or if I'm having prophetic messages. But yeah, it was one of the most interesting things I've remote viewed. And it still doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but the impression I get is this black stone that the pyramid is sat on is, once we discover what that is, then it will all make sense. Like the mystery of how the pyramid works or what it's actually doing here, what it's being used for. This black stone is going to change everything, and if we can get our hands on some of this black stone here on Earth, if it can become available to the public, if the beings that used it in the first place share their knowledge of what this black stone is, then I mean, we could be talking stargates, portals, teleportation, and I'm not joking, unlimited power drawn from the universe itself. I mean, I don't know what this black stone is, but I know without it, it's the columns and the pyramids are just piles of rock. This black stone is vital. It's like the battery inside of a remote. You know, you can have all the buttons, all of the circuit boards, all of the wires, but until you put them batteries in, it ain't gonna work. This black stone is almost, I feel it, like the battery. It's like the conductor. It's like the special material needed in all things futuristic in technology and not of our current understanding. This black stone is super important, actually, the more I think about it. Yeah. So if any of you guys have any idea what I'm talking about, please leave it in the comments below. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. There's many things happening on this channel that are about to make a lot of sense. I've made a lot of videos, visions that I've had and things. A giant event that comes this year that is a world-changing event. It will all start to make sense this year, guys. Just hang in there a few more months and you'll be like, oh, now I know what he's talking about. People that have prophetic visions or remote view things are often a few months or years ahead of what the government will allow the public to know or believe. The government already know a lot of this stuff, but they don't want us to know. So it takes a few months, sometimes weeks, sometimes days, sometimes that day. It depends on divine timing, but just hang in there and it will all start to make a lot of sense. If you guys have heard of any supernatural black stone out there, not of this world, that seems to be used in advanced technology, please let me know, because I've really get a strong indication of this black stone under the pyramid, and I've not heard it being talked about anywhere else. So I'd love to hear your guys' opinions. Until next time, please take care of yourself. I hope you've enjoyed this video filmed in the fort. It is now my task to not fall over, not fall down there, and make it out of here without people thinking I'm crazy. Got your dog walkers up there. You know. I'm sure my voice is echoing through the whole of the fort. Getting quite self-conscious now that I know there's people walking around. But on that note, guys, take care, much love, enjoy your day, and goodbye for now.
There's not much to do when all I can is thinking about you. Not doing well, don't know where you are, 'cause you're not here. It's been way too long.